Mike's Daily Podcast.
That happens, though.
Yeah, that's life. It's called life.
Welcome to Cafe Anyway. It's Mike Matthews, episode 1516. 1516 episodes I've done of this show. And I've got a special guest today. Everybody, put your hands together for the former entertainment specialist,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It is Carl Davis Jr.
Wow. Thank you, Mike.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's the jingle. We have a little song that we sing.
You had to bring up that entertainment specialist thing.
And now I'm singing a song to you because, here's what I do. I produce Carl's show on the KDOW radio.
KDOW? What station is that?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And it's cool because he talks to people, as a matter of fact, all over the Bay Area.
Yeah. Well, I do that.
Daily
I couldn't do it without your help, though, Mike.
Podcast.
Carl, we love you.
Yeah.
Mike, we have Carl Welsh on the show. He's actually a co-producer, and Carl's supposed to be doing a lot of other work, but he doesn't do it anyway. He's KW, and we love him.
You were a former entertainment specialist.
Yeah, do you know what that means, Mike?
You owned a club.
You had to go there. Well,
you owned because we're at Cafe Anyway right now. And all the people here.
And it looks a little bit like my club.
Yeah.
I see the wallpaper looks crazy.
Oh, someone just walked in.
Who was that?
I don't know. Somebody important. They don't want to be on the air. Oh wait, they do want to talk. They're coming up to the mic. This is Madame Rootabega.
Oh, you know what?
Wow, Madame Rootabega is here.
Yeah, you know what, Mike? I thought I saw her at my club a while back. You want to know a little bit about my club, Mike?
Yes. Oh, someone else walked in. There's people just coming in and going. Okay.
Did they pay? Did they pay to get in?
That's the thing. That's why we don't ever make any money.
Oh, okay.
We need to charge people.
When I figured that out, Mike, when I was doing the parties, first I was doing the parties for free, and then I held this party at my house. And can you imagine a line of people outside your door going down the street? Once I made money doing parties at my home, I started doing them in restaurants, and then eventually I ended up buying a nightclub, and I ended up producing the Pro Bowl parties in Honolulu, Hawaii.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I'm sorry, the podcast picture just popped up.
Oh, okay. Should I pose?
Okay. Usually I have a podcast picture. I actually had one of this person that had a bunch of Christmas crap on their front lawn in Castro Valley. I can't show it to you now because you're over there.
Well, I wanted your listeners to actually see me. Mike, I used to be sort of a ladies' man.
Ooh.
A while back.
You're an attractive guy. What was the kind of threads you would wear? Like, I bet you had some cool clothes when you were doing your...
Oh, yeah. I had the designers who used to design for MC Hammer as my private designers.
No.
Henceforth, I then went and produced a fashion show, which was the longest running African-American produced fashion show in the Bay Area for about 17 years, and it was called Skin is In.
Skin is In. When was this?
I don't even want to say because I don't want anybody to research it. But it was a wonderful concept, and it actually came out of doing a party one day, and we actually had a couple players from a football team that wanted a model.
Ah.
And so we ended up producing, we stopped our party and we did this short little fashion show with these gorgeous women wearing some, really tiny bikini type stuff. And these huge men came out popping there, making these poses, and women went crazy. So it made us think, hey, wait a minute. Instead of doing that inside of our party, we just created an entire event called the Skin is In Fashion Show.
Wait, so your parties would be like this before? You would have some cool parties?
Yes, I would have like 700-800 people at our parties, and we would stop the party and put together a fashion show, and the people just loved it.
I am amazed at the talent that you have, and how are you able to? I am a horrible party planner. I'm terrible. What's the secret? What's some things that you do to make sure it's a good party?
Well, you have to drink a few Long Islands before the party starts. No, I was able to partner with a guy, his name was Jerome 3D Davis.
Wow.
And now he's Jerome HD 3D. So anyway, he's progressed. But Jerome was just a character. When we would do the Pro Bowl parties in Honolulu, Hawaii, we would hire comedians like Tommy Davidson, and those guys would come over.
I remember Tom. He was in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, Tommy would come over there, and those comedians would get on stage, and Jerome would introduce them.
Dang.
Jerome was as funny as a comedian. As a matter of fact, Ray Lewis and those football players, they love hanging with Jerome. So Jerome was the party man. Snoop Dogg was there.
Wow.
But I stood at the front door watching the business.
Yeah.
The business of parties.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can't do the parties.
You got to charge.
That's right. You got
to make money.
So you're saying to make a good party, you got to invite good people. You got to have fun people.
You got to have fun people. You got to have people that other people like to interact with, whether they, people think, oh, you got to have just beautiful people. No, that's not true. People want to interact with interesting people. So we would bring interesting people to our parties.
So now you've gone from that to now you're running a Chamber of Commerce, none other than the Silicon Valley Business Connect. Oh, I said the name of your show. Black Chamber of Commerce. Silicon Valley Black Chamber of Commerce.
Well, you made the perfect connection, though. The Black Chamber of Commerce and the Silicon Valley Business Connection show is really about connecting people. And if people really stood back and took a look at it, even in the party scene, technically, I know it's not a dating app or anything, but we basically. Go ahead, Mike. What were you going to say?
We were discussing dating apps earlier before we turned on the microphones.
But we basically are actually bringing people together to have a good time. And so when I became chamber president, the only thing I do now is I bring people together to help their businesses get started, to help them get financed, help them grow, and just help them be more profitable as business people.
Wow, it's amazing what's going on here in the Bay Area.
It is.
Isn't it?
It is. This area, I mean, when I went to Africa, I was blessed to meet the president of Tanzania and Zanzibar. And when I bring out my business card and it says Carl Davis Jr., President, Silicon Valley Black Chamber of Commerce, you think I was the king. They would take that card and they would, Silicon Valley is so well known around this world. It's amazing.
Now, I wanted to wrap up our show because I know we don't have you very long. I usually throw out some news on my show. And the only thing I got here is an adorable baby panda made its debut at the Tokyo Zoo. What's your favorite? Do you go to any zoos around the Bay Area? We've got two, huh?
Yeah, I love zoos. I love watching animals.
Oakland Zoo, I've been there a couple times. I haven't been to the San Francisco Zoo yet, but... Yeah,
no, I love zoos. Even when I went to Mexico down in Xcaret, I actually went... Yeah,
say that again.
Xcaret. It's down there near Cancun.
Ooh.
It's a wonderful place. One of the things we did, and I know your time is tight, but one of the things when you go into that park, it's like an amusement park, you actually can dive in and swim throughout the park.
What?
It's amazing. So you could put on tanks if you want to go under and scuba dive, or you could just swim on top of the water. Even though it's in Mexico near the Caribbean, that water is cold because it's coming from the caves.
See, I would think it was warm.
That water is cold because it's coming from those caves. There's something spooky about it.
The only listener I have, Sylvia, just told me about going to Pescadera. I can't think of the name.
Pescadera?
Something like that. It's in the north of the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And, well... There we go. I felt like dancing just then.
Mike, I'm going to have to invite you. The next time we go to the Caribbean, we did a cruise. It was a real relationship cruise. Mike, I'm going to invite you to the real relationship cruise.
Will that help me being a single man with the strangest hours on the planet?
Yes. I had to pause for a second.
I told Carl my hours that I am awake, and he said, "Do you have how are you able to?" Puerto Penasco was the place she went to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and yeah, that's it. I would imagine that's really warm water because you're all the way up in that Gulf.
Oh yeah,
of California, not Gulf of Mexico. It's Gulf of California.
California, yeah. That may be about 70-something degrees, but when you get down in the Caribbean near Honduras, which is called something else now, Belize, that water is 78, 79 degrees, man.
Wow.
I love it. Matter of fact, I had to learn how to get certified as a scuba diver because I'd take my wife there and she'd run off with Fabio and I'm paying for it. And I go, what the heck is going on there? So I scuba dive now.
You so many talents. Well, thank you for hanging out here at Cafe Anyway. And let's go outside right now because we always go outside. Imagine there's a bunch of cricket sound effects right now. Here, I'll give you a cricket sound effect to help you with that. Here, it's I got a snoring sound effect. Okay, there's people sleeping outside here of Cafe Anyway. Here we go. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, and I look forward to coming back on again because, Mike, years ago, you're talking about all those talents. I'm a frustrated comedian. I want to come on and do some comedy.
But you were so busy getting the money at the front door.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's $10 to get in. That's a cover charge. Oh.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Mike. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Carl. Next show, we will have on some other people. Possibly we'll have on Madame Rootabega might come back because she is going to want to see you again, but she's going to miss you. Probably.
To her.
Oh, she just fainted. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Mike.
Carl Davis Jr., Silicon Valley Black Chamber of Commerce.com.
Yes. Or blackchamber.com.
Blackchamber.com. It's simple. He's got it simple. Blackchamber.com. All right. Thank you, Carl.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.